This story begins when I was about 15, I think. I was definitely in mid to late high school at this point. I lived in a village at this time, and the village had a park for all the local children. And trust me, as soon as the sun comes out, all the children sprint out of their houses to come and play at this park. They were the best days. On this particular day, though, all of the local boys were playing football at the park. I normally play football with the boys, so I decided to join in with the game. After about an hour and a half of playing, one of the boys kicked the ball too high and too hard that it went straight over the net and into the neighbor's garden. Just to let you know, I've always felt sorry for this house because they live on the very edge of the park with the shortest fence I have ever seen. For whatever reason, they never bothered putting up a taller fence. It puzzles me to this day. But anyway, back to the story. When the ball landed in the garden, the boys were arguing among themselves on who's going to get the ball back. "Oh, nice one, dude. You better get it back." "Why should I? I didn't mean to kick it that high." "Well, someone has to go get it back." "Yeah, and it's not going to be me."
God, why are you acting like such a
Goodness,
baby?
I will get it back, guys.
No.
I knocked on the front door and there was no answer. I tried the gate, but it was locked. So I had no choice but to climb the fence. Just so you know, this fence was not a typical wooden fence. It was one of those wired, zigzaggy fences covered in a green plastic to protect the wires from rusting. I climbed over the fence into the garden, no problem, but I had to be careful because some of the wires were sticking out of the top, which meant the wires were going to be sharp and scratch me. Once in the garden, I then threw the ball over. Yeah, well, you know what? I never liked this game anyway. You're welcome! So now I had to climb over the fence the same way I got in. It seemed simple at first, but the fence was a bit wobbly. I managed to swing both of my legs over the fence so I was somewhat sitting on it, which made the fence bend in, which then gravity decided to give me a hand. I felt a sharp pain in the back of my right leg. I looked over and all I could see was a deep, long cut with blood dripping out of it. There's something you should know about me, and that is, I don't like blood. Whether it's coming from someone else's body or from my own. When I see blood, I don't faint like most people. I cry. But because I was surrounded by the boys at the park, I had to hold it in. I just didn't want to make a scene. After I started holding in the tears, you'd expect me to just go back home and clean myself up. No, I did not do that apparently. I just started playing football with them. With a bleeding leg. Yeah, I really don't know why I did this. It really does puzzle me. But after about a minute of kicking the ball around, everyone just decided to stop playing and they all walked off. Huh? What? They just left? They didn't even notice my bleeding leg, and so I just waddled home and cleaned up myself. To this day, looking back, I just didn't understand why the guys did nothing. So I talked to my brother years later, because he was there. Turned out he knew about my bleeding leg, and so did the other boys. Wait, what? So why didn't you guys do anything? And his response was, "Oh, that's because we're guys." Yeah. Oh, by the way, I still have a scar from that day on the back of my leg.